Hey, sisters, and welcome to today's Table Talk session. Today's Table Talk session is with your sis Siobhan, and we're talking finances. Today, I'm going to be sharing what I'm doing on my journey towards debt elimination using a cool tool that is free, keyword free, online called Undebted. Now, there's a man named Dave Ramsey. Ah, he is like a household staple. If you were to type in his name on YouTube, you would see a plethora of search results with his name. He's like the financial guru. He has podcasts. I listen to him a lot, and I believe in a lot of what he says as practical, basic principles, although I just don't follow them verbatim. Don't come for me because he legit has like some diehard followers, but don't come for me because you have to do what is good for you. You have to do what's best for your family. And in the book that I've authored, Family Finances and Finesse, that is one of the things that I share. This is coming from the perspective of someone who did not really like to save money, even though my dad share those golden nuggets, like you need to make sure that you're saving. I like to spend money. I mean, like it just felt good to go and buy like name brand technology objects, like technological objects. Like I wasn't into buying purses and clothes. I was into buying technology. Like I was a very diehard Apple fan. Like if Apple anything was coming out, I was buying it. So I had to like chill out, but it came over a process of time. So in the book, I share how my mindset had to change in Family Finances and Finesse, and I focus on the basic principles of getting to financial literacy and my growth, how I've had to grow myself and just become better with finances, you know? So that's what I want to share with you today. Now, there are going to be more videos to come, so this is just the the beginning of such goodness, you know. So again, I shared about this man named Dave Ramsey, and I went to Liberty University online for my master's, and one of the courses that I took for business, we were able to get a free course with Dave Ramsey. Now, he has several books out. One that is well known is Financial Peace, and this other book that is called The Total Money Makeover. Now, Dave Ramsey is referred to as a financial guru, so to speak, and he has something that he's coined called baby steps. And with baby steps, he shares that you should definitely start off by having an emergency fund. Now, again, I do not follow him verbatim, and I am not necessarily an avid fan. However, I believe that a lot of his material is like useful, it is usable, it is good, it's practical, especially if you are not clear on where to start financially. You know that you're living paycheck to paycheck, but you want to do better and you don't know where to start. Well, he's a good person to start with because he explains the importance of it and why you want to be financially sound, why you want to get out of debt. You know, what's the point? You know, sometimes we hear a lot of these cliches, but we don't really understand how does it benefit us as a person and why is it so important. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to just be a part of the wave. You want to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? So today we're going to be talking about this cool website called Undebted. Undebted. Like listen to that. Undebted. We want to get out of debt. We want to undo what we have done to get into debt. So the website is free. Free. Free is always good, right? And what it'll allow us to do is it'll allow us to input all of the debts that we need to eliminate, and then it'll give us a plan with how to knock it down in a quicker amount of time. Now, some people believe in doing the debt snowball effect, which is actually one of the principles that Dave Ramsey covers. And some people believe in doing the avalanche approach, which means you knock down your debts based on the interest. So when you take on a loan or when you owe money, typically you pay interest on it. So let's say you took out a car loan, and the car loan that you had was like 18,000. Well, you think that you're going to pay $18,000 for that car, but really you'll pay like 21,000 because you accrue interest over time. Okay. And what we want to do when we're eliminating debt is to knock down that interest and to basically not waste our money, but let the money work for us to get what we need, basically. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and show you this website. Now, in order to be a part of the Undebted, the website itself, again, it is free, but what you will need to do is to create an account. I am already logged in, and so now that I'm logged in, I will go to where it says My Debts, and there's something called the dashboard, and that's where we want to kind of get to. So we're going to get to the dashboard. And here you'll notice that there is nothing in my dashboard because I wanted to do this fresh. I wanted you to see what it looks like just starting out, walk through it, explain why it's so awesome, and then hopefully you could utilize it as a tool to help you to get out of debt, undebted. Okay. When you get to the website, over here there's a button that says account list, and it says your debt accounts. Now we are going to deal with 3 different debts, and that's going to be a credit card, a personal loan, and a car payment, because typically people have credit cards. Some people have maxed out their credit cards and they need it to be eliminated. Typically people have experienced maybe having a personal loan, and typically people have a car payment. So I wanted to do those 3 basics so you could get the gist of how this works. The debt snowball, I share specific steps that and I also reference this in the book Family Finances and Finesse. So definitely grab that, and it'll be available to you through Amazon. Okay, so here we go. Here we'll give our debt a nickname. So again, I've told you the 3 that we're going to do. The first one we'll do is the credit card. So I'll call this credit. We're gonna call her credit. And the current balance on that card, the current balance we're going to say is $280. The minimum payment that is required, let's say, is $25 a month. Let's say that the interest rate on it is pretty low. Let's say the interest rate on it is like 3.5%. And then let's also on this side say that it's a credit card. That's what it is. And we're going to say the highest beginning balance for this one we'll say was the highest beginning balance maybe was 300, maybe. As a matter of fact, let's drop this down to 275 and act like I just started on my journey. And let's say I max this card out. Let's say the credit limit is actually $300, okay? And the next time that it's due, let's say that this payment is due on the 12th of every month. Just picking a number. It's due on the 12th of every month. And we're going to click save. Okay? So here is what it's done. It's told me that credit has a balance right now of $275 with an interest rate of 3.5. The monthly payment is $25. And basically it's telling me that right now it's active because it's not paid off, and it's telling me when is the next due date. And right now, basically that's all it's showing. Now I'm going to add my next debt, and this debt is going to be a personal loan. I'm not going to put the whole name for personal loan. I'm going to put PL, and you'll just have to know that means personal loan. Okay. Let's say that personal loan was for, I don't know, maybe I wanted to buy some furniture. I don't know. Okay, so I borrowed $1,500, and the minimum payment monthly is $125. And let's say the interest rate for that was 10.75% for that personal loan. Now see that difference? Talking about the difference between 3% and 10%. So if people were doing the avalanche method, they'd be like, okay, well, maybe I need to do the avalanche method because you're going to be paying more with that 10.75% versus that 3%. Okay, the highest beginning balance was 1,500, not 2,500, but 1,500. And then let's say that the credit limit on it, we have to change this to personal loan. See right here, the type of debt. We changed that also that it's a personal loan, And let's say that it is due every month on the 1st, okay? So here I have, again, personal loan. It was $1,500, 10.75%, $125 monthly. This is the amount of interest. So look at that. The credit card is 80 cents. This personal loan is $13 that is accruing. And then I have, when is it due? On the 1st of the month. All right, the next one is, we're going to do, the last one is a car payment. So let's say I have a brand new car, and that car's initial balance, or we're going to pretend like it's beginning out. Let's say that car cost me $18,000, and the monthly payment is $330, and it is an interest of 4.5%. The beginning balance, we're going to say that this was an auto car, and the highest beginning balance again was $18,000. And then we also were going to say that it is due on the 1st of the month. Okay, so we're going to click save. Now here I have all of my debts listed. I have a car payment, the credit, which is a credit card, and then a personal loan. And notice here that it's ordering these bills kind of out based on the name of it. It's doing it by the name, so it's doing it alphabetically. So I know you see 67 and then 13. Just know that it's ordering it right now by the name. Okay. Now, after I have this together, what I want to do is I need to develop a payment plan. I'm going to order a payment plan, and here it says the debt snowball table, and it also gives me an ability to compare methods. So first, I'm going to share that it will share with you whatever method that you decide what you will need to do. Again, I told you that some people do the debt avalanche method, and that some people do the debt snowball method. But notice here that if I do debt snowball or debt avalanche right now, there's no big difference, okay? So I'm going to go over here where it says debt snowball table, and it's going to table the actual months when these things will be paid off. But I have to help tell my spreadsheet how much money I actually am able to contribute per month, okay? So here we go. I'm going to say that for this one, I want to do the method of debt snowball, the lowest balance first, and it asks, how much can you afford to spend to pay down on debts each month? This includes the total of all of your minimum payments plus whatever extra you can afford. Please note that when you do the debt snowball method, the monies that you typically pay every month, we're going to be rolling that money into one big old ball. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to go to my calculator and show you how we're going to get that number. Let's go back to my debt accounts for let's go back to our actual look at our minimum payments. Let's look at that, sorry. Let's look at our minimum payments. So with our minimum payments, when I look at credit, the minimum payment for a month for my credit card is $25, right? Plus, let's say I also have that personal loan, which minimum payment is $125, plus that car payment, which typically is $330. So right now, that number is coming up to $480, which is also already up here at the top. See that 480? That's how they got that number. I also have to take into account that, let's say I have an apartment and I pay rent, I pay utilities, I pay all of this I will have to consider. But my minimum amount for my debts, things that I actually can eliminate, total right now $480. So what I want to do is, after I have counted up all of my expenses for the month and I figure out how much money I have left, I can add that amount to 480 to figure out what is my actual monthly budget. What am I able to do? So let's say every month I'm able to contribute, let's say $50. So that brings it to 530. So let's say that $530 is what I'm able to contribute. I'm gonna go back to the payoff plan, click on Debt Snowball Table, and this is what's gonna happen. It is telling you here that every month you're gonna take $50 and use that $50 to compound or go with your snowball to make it a little bit more bigger, to make it bigger. And all I'm going to do is here, like June, when June's payment is due, instead of just paying the $25 to my credit card, see that column? I'm going to pay 25 plus the additional snowball amount of $50, totaling $75. And I'm going to pay that $75 towards that credit card. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that you can print this out and literally have it up on your wall, put it up as a visual, and you can mark through it and say, I did that, okay? And you'll do that again. The next month, you'll pay $75 again, $75 again, and then in September, you'll only pay $52 because the payment amount that you are doing is knocking down what you owed. Now, as you're paying down this credit card, you're not going to be using it because the purpose of this is to eliminate the debt, okay? Now, if we take a minute and talk about credit, when we think about credit, some people talk about, there's good debt and there's bad debt. Now, just last week, my credit score went up 15 points. And the reason it went up 15 points is because I've been making on-time payments. So it was like a reward, like, here's another month of on-time payments. And it just literally like went up 15 points. Like, it's amazing. And some decisions that I made from like 6 years ago, from me continuing to pay on time, is now affecting me in a positive way, which is why my credit score goes up like 15 points, because they're just excited that I'm on track and doing what I'm supposed to be doing financially. I talk about my journey with money in family finances and finesse, so you will understand that your girl used to be tripping about this money situation. But anyway, so with that, just remember that you have to total up all of your monthly expenses: water, electricity, food, groceries, everything. You total all of that up and you subtract that from your income. And whatever you have that's remaining, hopefully you have a positive number remaining, use that money towards your debt elimination. Now, if you were like I was and needed to build up some money in your savings, personal, I'm talking about not just like joint savings, but I want money in my personal savings. So for me, I made sure that there's cushion there. So I started putting aside money alongside with making sure that I was able to pay off debt. So let's say you have $100, for instance, left in your account after you've paid off all of your typical expenses: food, rent, groceries, electricity, all of that, car payments paid, personal, all of that. In addition to paying off everything, you have $100. Okay, maybe you'll give yourself a portion. Maybe you will, you should, not maybe, you should save a portion, treat yourself, and then also use some of that to pay off debt. And that's where I differ from Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey would like you to not treat yourself, but to literally take every dime, every dollar, and either save it for that emergency fund, and after you've saved it for that emergency fund, just eliminate debt. Whereas for myself, like, I feel like I work hard every day. Yes, I want to get out of debt, and I will get out of debt quicker than if I didn't, start up a debt snowball effect. But I do feel like I deserve, or, desire to save, buy, and eliminate. You know what I'm saying? Don't come for me. I'm just saying. But to each their own, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think 3 years is better than 5 years. 2 years is better than 5 years. 1.5 years is better than 5 years. So however you are cutting off your interest or cutting down you wasting money, it's a win, it's a plus. It's better than not, not trying to knock out your debt, basically. And so as you see, by September, so that took 4 months, 4 months to knock out the credit card. And then after the credit card is knocked out, the money, the $25 plus the 50 plus the 125 that we paid already. Always we're paying the 125 already. All of that gets rolled in together. And then we start attacking that personal loan. And so that personal loan will be paid off in 6 months from then. So in 10 months, you will have paid off both the credit card and that personal loan. And then you will notice that over here, it's showing you where that snowball is and how it's increased. By the time you get to April of 2021, you will be rolling in the personal loan amount, the credit card amount, plus your initial snowball amount, and the car payment to combine to equal $530. So $330 turns into $530, and now you have a huge snowball. And you just keep rolling that ball. No matter how many debts you have, you just keep pretending as if you owe the credit card, the personal loan, and you keep rolling it to make a bigger and bigger ball. And notice here that basically the total amount that you had with the car payment, the personal loan, and the credit card was $19,775. When you pay it off, it will be October of 2023, and it says debt free. And I love seeing that. Now, the awesome part about using this website is that, let's say I side hustle, and I share this too in Family Finances and Finesse. In my book, I share that it is okay to side hustle. It's actually, like, I feel like a good thing to side hustle, to find your niche, to find something that you're really good at and do that thing. You know what I'm saying? Make you some side cash, and the purpose of it should be to build up your savings, to either use it towards investments. Dave Ramsey fans, don't come for me, but I'm just saying, build up towards investments, and then also using it to knock down debt. And again, this is where I differ from most Dave Ramsey followers. Dave Ramsey doesn't talk about investments until after you have paid off your debts and things such as that. For me, I don't have time to wait to invest. Like, you invest because over time your money is working for you. So for me, I just choose to save a little, undebt a little, not a little, but a lot, get out of debt and invest, to combine all of it. You know what I'm saying? Also, look up the 5-30-20. Some people vary how they do their financial journey. You have to find what is right for you, or what is right for your family, and make it work for you. Research it. I mean, that's how I've learned, is by researching. I've Googled, found out different strategies, Pinterest, found people's budgeting plans. I mean, awesome. I'm going to shout out a group that I love, and it's called Dream Catchers, and it's by the Budgetnista. And I mean, this is a platform, but for me, like, any woman, anybody, not just a woman, but anybody that's bettering and helping people to do better financially for the culture, just saying, I am 100 supportive of that. So if you're on Facebook, look up Dream Catchers, because there are people that are getting it. They are doing boss things with their money. I'm just saying. Now, back to this. After you have allocated all of this and you have this chart together, it will give you an option to download an Excel spreadsheet. And what that will do is, when I open this up, it will allow you to print this out, and you again can hold this in your journal, your daily, your monthly budget planner, whatever you want to do. That's where you can hold it and use it as a reference. The last part that I like about this website is that it allows you to make additional payments, and it will adjust. So snowflake is what this calls it. So we have the snowball and then there's a snowflake. So let's say 1 month you were side hustling and you had some extra money. We're going to throw a little snowflake on it. Okay. So a snowflake are any additional future payments beyond your normal snowball method. So instead of me being able to do $50 this month, I'm able to do $75. So an additional $25. So what you'll do is you'll tell when you're doing it. So in June, for example, let's say I get a bonus in June. Every June I get a bonus for my job, and let's say they're going to give me $500. But instead of using that whole $500, we want to use like $250. Again, I can use $250 towards eliminating debt. Yay, that was good. I mean, I didn't have it before, but now I could use the whole 500. It's on you, what you feel like you want to do. I can take 100, use it towards investment, and I can take another 100 and use it to buy something for myself. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a win-win. But anyway, so let's say this was $250 and this was a bonus, and I'm going to say save snowflake. So what happens is that this is telling in June, I made an additional payment and it was the bonus amount. Okay. And I'm going to go back to my pay off plan. And what happened? It took that additional payment and it adjusted. You see that? Just an additional payment. It adjusted and told me I could knock it down even quicker. So really, your debt payoff is going to be about what are you willing to sacrifice? How much are you willing to push out? You know, all of that. That's really what it boils down to. But that's Undebted, and I love the website. I love the resource. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's amazing, and I hope that you check it out. So that is today's Table Talk session on Undebted, the debt snowball method. I'll come back with another strategy that I'm utilizing. I found out about a new website today that I'm excited to get started with, and just research better yourself through research. You have to advocate for yourself. You have to do better. You know, we have the internet, we have books. We are without excuses. Like, we've got to grind. Let's go. All right. Thank you for checking out Table Talk Sessions. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It's your sister Siobhan. See you on the next time.